welcome back to another episode of the podcast, ladies and gentlemen. Today we have a very special guest in the building, Jay Rebel. You know what I'm saying? Welcome to the show, my guy.
Blessings,
Ain't no doubt. I am the real Red Nose.
And I am Tiara, but you guys know you can call me T.
And this is Reasons. Reasons. Reasons to Society. Reasons. Reasons.
Reasons.
Long-term friend of mine. I mean, we know each other for a minute now, whatever. T as well. Yeah, man. Yeah. The co-host and 1/3 of the Puff Cast podcast.
Yep. Shout out Loco, Loso, and Flo.
Okay, no
Shout
doubt.
Out, y'all.
How's everything going with that?
Everything's good, man. You know what I'm saying? Podcast definitely taking off. We try and be more consistent with episodes and everything like that. So, I mean, we just appreciate all the feedback that we've been getting from everybody. It's been all love. It's been great commentary, criticism, and everything like that. So,
yeah, we subscribe. We tuned in.
Yeah, I was listening to y'all today. Y'all are funny. Y'all go check that out.
And you got the artwork coming. I seen you post some artwork on
the Me and Flo. 1/3 of the other 1/3 of the Puff Cast podcast. Yeah. We have another endeavor coming. It's gonna be some acrylic paintings that we're gonna be doing on canvas, different surfaces, paint tables for y'all, different stuff like that.
Sick. What I've seen so far, them joints,
Yeah, nice. So for people who like paintings or into that, check that out.
You know what I'm saying? They definitely, it's going to be for sale. Everything, we ready to get the business up and running with the name and solidified LLC. Yes, sir. Gotta own a business, you know what I'm saying? That's
you gotta own a business. You know what I mean?
You gotta. You know what I'm saying? So, definitely, look out for that. It's coming real soon. I've been starting to post a little bit here and there, little snippets.
Yeah,
you know, later on we're gonna be revealing one of the paintings, so I will be posting that later on Instagram. So
okay, I mean, go and look forward to that. Where they can find you at on Instagram?
On Instagram @_JAH.MILL. You know what I'm saying? You can hit me up, DM me.
Yeah, go and check them out.
It's gonna be on there.
Most definitely.
Yeah, that's what's up.
I think we're gonna go ahead and dive into a little bit of news.
Alright.
I mean, Disney confirmed its first bisexual lead character. It's gonna be a Dominican American girl, you know, in the new the Owl House series or whatever. Like, how do y'all feel about that?
I'm cool. I mean, if you watch enough TV, watch enough movies, you understand that ever since, you know what I'm saying, the LGBTQ community has gotten, you know what I mean, their rights, rightfully so, and stuff like that, that in movies and shows it's more prominent that you see, you know, a lot of characters of different sexual orientation.
Right.
So for me, it's not a surprise. It's not. I don't have a problem with it. There's a bunch of characters that are of different sexual orientation on shows that they just don't say.
Exactly.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So it's definitely out there, and it's nothing new to me. So I mean, that's cool. That's what it is.
I honestly don't see anything wrong with it because I feel like what do people... So I think parents are trying to keep their kids from being gay, but the truth is you can't stop your child from being gay. If your child wants to be gay, they're going to be gay. You can't beat it out of them. You can't force it out of them. But I think that's where the real problem is. So it's like, it's okay because people like that exist. Just like when there's like girls with color, coloration, they make the dolls for them.
Right.
So there's a person that can relate to this character. Like, it's okay. That's not going to affect my child at all. Because in my household, they're expressing themselves this way. We got this on lock. There's nothing that you can say as far as that's going to make me not allow my child to watch it. It's not sex. It's just how you express yourself, how you feel.
Yeah. I look at it like a big breakthrough, like, you know, because they've been pushing normal on us for so long. Like, what is normal? Like, you know, like, that's how you bring about outcasts, like people that look at the normal and they don't fit the mold, so now they don't feel like they fit in. And, you know, that comes with all type of other things, depression, you know, social awkwardness, you know, things like of that nature.
Definitely. I think even with what T said, I think what you said together is now what that's doing is it's going to make it comfortable for people that can relate to that character.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, because for so long it's been, oh, no gays or gays this and blah, blah, blah. people have been scared to come out to say they're gay. Yep. But now when they've seen someone, their community has rights and this, now it's more they're more comfortable.
Yeah.
They're more.
What would you say to the person that says you're actually promoting it, like putting it in the kid's face, like for them to get this experience instead of like it happening naturally? Now they're being exposed to it.
Tough to say. I don't have kids, but I mean, I don't think that it's just like a parent saying, "Oh, you're gonna be a nurse." You know what I'm saying? This is what you're going to do, type thing, where they're trying to tell you what your career is going to be.
Right.
You know, you can't date this person. They're trying to tell you who you need to date. So it's a matter. I think it's just like that, where it's like you got to let your child be that and experience different things in life, and you know what I mean, see what they want. You gotta constructively talk to them about that. I feel like don't just force them to anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What about Cardi B and Meg Thee Stallion, man? The new track got everybody like, I don't know, up in like some sort of rave or something like.
I mean,
I think you can do what the hell you want to do and say what you want because you're dying one day and enjoy your life. That's how I feel. It's like, why are you so focused on them shaking their asses and wearing provocative clothes? That's not your body. That's not your butt. That's not your girlfriend. That's not your wife. Let them do what they want to do. And guess what? The guys love it. They ain't complaining. That's where all the views coming from. So what you mad because your boyfriend or your husband's watching them walk?
And the females that can relate or whatever that case may be are like, oh my God, this is my job.
I like Meg Thee Stallion. I like Cardi B. I'm not gonna say I like the song, but it's not because of what it's talking about. Just because the song, like, I don't know.
It's not you type.
Yeah, like I don't care. But, all the beat and all that.
It's like, yo, you know who Meg is. You know
the
type of music they made. Look at Lil' Kim beforehand. Even Nicki Minaj talk about. Nicki ain't never.
Yes.
I mean, Nicki ain't never get too crazy like that. I would not. Nah,
I mean, she talked about. I'm not gonna say crazy. Yeah, but like she was very sexual.
I will say she hasn't gotten that crazy.
Yeah,
but like,
I mean,
Anaconda. Lil' Kim
Anaconda was kind of ratchet.
Yeah, that was ratchet.
Yeah, that was kind of ratchet.
That was very ratchet, actually. Yeah, exactly. A lot of humping.
But yeah, it's people beforehand. Lil' Kim. I mean, so it's just a matter of.
Yeah, because she was talking about like deep throat and
stuff, right? Swallowing Sprite cans and
going to the hospital. Definitely. And by the way, I feel like the pump in the stomach from all that. Listen, you know what I'm saying? Like, wasn't that like a rumor? Like, people just saying anything. That's why you can't believe it.
Listen, I'm talking about. She was talking crazy, but even like we were speaking earlier, and she was mentioning like the song from like 1935, where you have. 1935.
Yes.
You feel what I'm saying? You had this lady, Lucille Bogan, artist.
Glad you remember the name. That's what's up.
Talking about crazy, you eat my this and I'll suck your this.
Right, what's up with that?
Extra blasey blah, and it's just super explicit. Worse than what.
That was Queen of Ratchet. I mean? That's Queen Ratchet right there.
And not even just her, like in that time period. You can look up, I don't have other like on hand, but the lyrics are crazy.
Yeah, was she black or white? It was
she was black, and I feel like this has been since we found out we can actually have sexual intercourse with each other. I think that type of music has been around.
Where all that stuff come from? Yeah, you know what I mean? It comes from somewhere. Like, you know what I mean? Everything comes from somewhere. It's an evolution of something else.
Exactly.
I just want to take it up another level though. Like, look at it from another perspective though. Like music, we all know like where music, like where it is, what state it's in right now. Like the condition, who controls music, like what's being put on the radio, like how it's being used to manipulate, to control all this whole other stuff. You know what I mean? Like, you know, just looking at it from a plain view, it's just like, oh, it's a nice song, two nice women, boom, boom. I don't know what people are so mad about. But at the end of the day, it's like, can you look at it from like, it's two rich, black, powerful young women. You feel what I'm saying? They come together. And like, this is the only message that they can come out and put out. About something you know, like, seriously though, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's cool because at this point they're just making money. Like, they're rich, they're famous, and they can just come together and be like, you want to make a song? We can talk about this, and they're gonna buy it, right?
Yeah.
So it's like at this point you're not doing the general public any services. Like the music industry. That's all I'm saying. It's just like it's just giving you another direction now. So what's y'all top 3 most influential songs of all times? But I'm gonna break it down like you gotta name an artist and that artist's top 3 most influential songs of all times.
I'm gonna say Michael Jackson.
My
nephew's 10 years old and he knows Michael Jackson songs. Let me guess.
He good.
It's cool. All right, look, we gonna
I mean, you might not have the same songs.
Michael Jackson's on the top.
Nah, you might not have the same songs.
But I just feel like when you think
yeah.
of, we talking about, he was making people faint.
Mm-hmm.
Name somebody, and I'm not gonna say it hasn't been done, but like making people faint, like Michael Jackson, like one of them. Like no, it's not so many people doing that out here.
Right.
3 songs.
Mike,
like he listen, let me tell you, legend. Like he is the definition of a legend because my children, like they're just gonna always play his songs. Like when you hear the songs, it's like makes you feel a certain way, and you know the words, and it don't matter your age. Like he's gonna forever live. That's like living right.
Most definitely.
I'm gonna say they don't really care about us because they don't, and they don't.
I was just listening to that today. Like
that's a good one.
Most definitely. Yeah.
And we know some of that is human nature. Right? Come on, everybody loves that. Yeah, that like makes you like want to cry. Mm-hmm. And then Black or White.
Yeah, Black or White.
Cause
that was a powerful message.
Yeah, because it's like we all, first of all, we're all black. That's another episode. Yeah. And you know, we all believe the same. You know, we're all the same race, the human race.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Michael Jackson.
Yeah,
he's been
the king.
Dead for a very long time, but
I'm guessing you got Michael Jackson as well.
I was gonna say Michael Jackson.
Yes.
We have a song in common. Was Black or White? Like all top where. When he dropped that album, Dangerous, you know what I'm saying? I was only 1 year old, so at that time, I don't know. You know, I wasn't familiar with Mike, obviously, but growing up, your parents played it, you know what I mean? Your siblings, your uncles, aunties, whatever, grandma.
Most definitely.
You know what I mean? Everyone plays
it.
And then he was still prominent even when you grew up. You know what I mean? He was still making music when I grew up, middle school and stuff like that. So he became someone where, like you say, he influenced music. He influenced other artists. He changed how people looked at music and the pop culture and even like a little rock and roll to him. But Black and White, he just, you know, he spoke on like basically like racial tolerance and just, you know what I mean? Telling people like they have choices and that everyone has their own idea of what equality is.
Right.
And that's basically what the message, like one of the messages he was talking about. And he describes how he was not scared of anyone, you know what I mean? When things get bad, he won't let racism or anybody basically out him or what he believes in. And that was a powerful message. Thriller, actually, believe it or not, was another song where the message was deeper because Thriller, the beginning of the movie, it was a movie. It was a movie. The beginning of it, you see him young, you know what I mean, handsome looking dude, whatever, living his good life, and then by the end of it, he turns into this beast.
Right.
And that's the metaphor for what they think of black people, where it's like, at the end of the day, they're gonna turn you into this monster. That's what they perceive you as, this monster. You know what I mean? And even with that video, the way that video came out, that was the most expensive video at the time being released. That changed how people produced their videos. I was like,
wow, yeah. I mean, I was about to say, like, so I'm guessing he was the first to break that whole movie thing.
A lot of his joints were like movies and like short film kind of like, he had that bad short film that he did, like, he was very influential. He was on a whole other level. He changed the game.
No one's touching that.
And another one would be Man in the Mirror.
My man.
Because
that's a real good one.
And me personally, I like that one because I'm a person who typically looks at the man in the mirror. You know what I mean? And it's basically looking back at yourself and trying to figure out who it is. You know what I mean? Like, it might not be the person you see in the video. I think there's like a bunch of depictions of like Hitler and
Martin Luther King,
Mahatma Gandhi, and a bunch of different people. It's like when you look in the mirror, like, what do you see? You know what I'm saying? And is it the inner you looking out, or is it that person looking in? And
he was basically saying, like, if you really want to change the world, you gotta change yourself.
Right.
That's it. Like, you can't don't change.
You can't. You know what I mean? Without being self-taught first and self-learned. So I think he definitely, amongst other people, he to me stood out as somebody who influenced the game, people, society, and just the culture, and mentally, and just the way we thought. You know what I mean? And he dealt with a lot of things from the whole
Mike
bleach his skin. He was suffering from disease, you know what I mean, like stuff like that. He suffered from lupus. And there was another one. I can't remember what it's called, but it was another thing that he had suffered from. But yeah, he definitely changed the game in many ways.
Yeah, shout out to the king, man.
Forever a legend. Forever a legend.
Because I'd even say heal the world. Yeah. He was in we are the world. You know what I mean? The USA to Africa, to raise money.
Yeah. So many, a lot. Was a beautiful song. And like I said, the album he dropped, Dangerous, right after that, a lot of his lyrics were political. Mm-hmm. A lot of his lyrics did start to draw a bunch of criticism from other people and like what his views were and shit like that. So he definitely invoked and changed a lot of stuff.
We're gonna go ahead and get to the sponsors, man. For real. So Yagadah is now the official sponsor of Reasons2Society, the podcast. I mean, reasons. Yeah, most definitely. That's www.yagadah.com. Go log on right now. Shop. They got hats, shirts. You know, man, got the shirt on. I got the shirt on right now. I mean, they got sweatshirts. They got sweatpants. They got the fanny packs for the ladies.
The leggings that I love that I'm always talking about that feel amazing.
Yeah. Like I seen he just went on a trip. Yeah, the little cross strap. I'm about to get me one.
Yeah, he do make them look cool.
Boy, what? I'm gonna step out like
They got the face mask. I mean, we still going through the pandemic, so make sure you get yourself a face mask. All customizable. He is the king of customs. You know what I mean? It's black owned, affordable. You know what I mean? So we got a real message behind it. Make sure y'all go ahead and shop. Yagadah. www.yagadah.com. Yaga. So I think we're going to go ahead and get deep.
Alright.
Noise.
So I got a get deep question for y'all. Y'all ready?
Noise.
Is pedophilia a mental illness? Would y'all say that's a mental illness, or is that just
it's definitely a mental illness.
Mental illness?
Yeah, it's a mental illness.
Elaborate.
Maybe because I'm not one, I'll never fully understand them.
I'm sorry.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I will never understand them. But I'm thinking like, how can a normal person, but what's normal, right? So it's so complex. The question is so complex to me, because it's like, what's normal? Like, I don't think it's normal for a grown adult to look at a child in any sexual way, right? Mm-hmm. But somebody else, they may be programmed like that. It's not like they really want to. That's how they're programmed. Like, some guys like bigger women, some guys like slimmer women, taller women. Like, there was a different preferences. Like, this grown man, adult, has a preference for little kids. Like, I don't know. I'm not trying to justify anything. I'm just trying to understand the psychological.
I get what you're saying.
Piggybacking off of what you're saying, like you said about the whole, like, big woman, whatever. Like, I feel like what makes it a mental disorder is when there's a law against this shit.
Yeah, but it's laws against
but I understand that
people
but
still smoke marijuana
in the way where it's like you said, it not to normalize what normal is to say what normal is, but like you said, and I agree with you. It isn't to me normal to look at a little girl and sexually think that it's okay to make a move or do anything like that. So to me, when I think like that, to see someone else who's thinking the opposite, I am thinking like, what is it in your psyche that's not
clicking with everybody?
You know what I mean? Because, like you said, they can't control it. Yeah. People with anxiety can't control their anxiety. People who suffer from depression can't. And that's all. Those are all.
Because they're not being malicious. It's not like they're being. This is what they like. It's not like they're just like, no, I'm just gonna.
The act is malicious, but that's
of course. But they don't think that. Though. We of course
because
agree
they think that's okay.
It's unethical.
Like I said,
it's very unethical.
Think that's normal. Yeah. Or even some that know that it's not okay.
Normal, right? But they still like it. Right. That's what what we're trying to say. Like, is it a mental disease? Like, if you know that it's wrong and you still like it, you know what I mean? And
Yeah, I feel like it is a mental disorder. Just like you said, the whole depression, that's the same thing. Like, it's no different. Like, I know people are like, oh, y'all need to shut up. Like, no, it's real. They have a chemical imbalance in their brain that's making them. So think about it like this. at 7 years old, their classmates continue to, get older or whatever, and they're not looking at them because their mind is stuck at 7 or 8 or 9 or whatever age they're interested in. You know what I mean? It's almost like they didn't mature in some type of way. So they're stuck fantasizing about this group of people. And I don't think you can understand unless you're one of these people.
Which I just thought, like, maybe they were abused. Maybe if the research was... I mean, obviously, I haven't done the research. That was just a pop question. But if I do the research...
I feel like molesting and pedophilia is two different things.
No, I know, but I'm saying, but as far as that goes, I feel like if we did the research, a lot of pedophiles probably were abused. I don't know, and just in the sense of where you said like they're stuck at a certain age.
Yeah,
I feel like that's where the abuse might have came from. You know what I mean?
We would have to get the numbers on that.
True. I get what you're saying.
We would have to get the numbers on that. But
if a person was molested, I feel like they'll probably molest somebody else. Not saying all people that got molested are going to molest, but a pedophile, like you want that. I'm not saying that they've never been touched, but like you said, that would have to be a really good test to do or survey or whatever, because it's like,
I think
I've watched documentaries and stuff, and it's like they don't want to. Like you said, they don't want to. They just do. It's like some people who are gay. I don't want to be gay. I'm just gay. So I feel like I'm not even gonna say being gay is a mental disorder, but you're born that way. So maybe pedophiles are born pedophiles. That's just how they were born.
You can say it about anxiety or depression. It's like people know or realize that they suffer from these things, or when they do realize and know, it's like they don't want that shit.
They just
no one wants to have anxiety.
Right.
No one wants to be depressed. No one wants to be socially awkward or not feel safe around a group of people.
And no one wants to touch.
It's just a natural feeling. That's why I always be like you was programmed that way.
But it's just, I feel like
we would label it a mental condition, but that's literally how they was programmed. That's just what it seemed like to me. Like we all come out programmed a certain way.
That way, like.
So how do you say for people that develop anxiety at late age, where it's not, they haven't always had it, maybe at like 25 years old they start developing
life experiences.
So it's a matter of not then being programmed, but then
feel like it's life experiences.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. If you develop anything through life, like you can eat things when you're younger and then grow out of it when you get older,
or vice versa.
Same thing.
Like me, like I hated onions.
Yeah,
well, I still kind of do. No, I still kind of hate onions. It's a specific. I'll eat red onions. You know what I mean? Raw red onions, but I still hate like sauteed onions. Like it's weird. So, it's weird. It's definitely weird. I like that.
But yeah, I think it's a chemical imbalance. I think it's just like bipolar, anxiety, PTSD, OCD. I think it's the same thing. And I actually heard a little study talking about making pedophiles normal in society, and people are like, "No, you're not."
Yeah, they were trying to like make that shit legal, basically.
It shouldn't be legal at all.
Basically, it was like that was the talk. Like they're basically trying to make it legal, where it's like it's okay to do that.
Or like understand them because they have a mental disorder.
I think it's classifying them in a certain class where it's like it's not a mental disorder, or something else, or what? It's something like that though. Where it's insane.
Yeah.
Personally, I believe it's insane.
All right, that got a little deep. Let's go ahead and break the ice on that one. I got any special shout outs for today?
I wasn't ready. Like my man said before, shout out Yagadah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yaga.
That man, he on the road right now, you know what I'm saying? He's doing a whole bunch of different things, man. Support your black owned local businesses. Definitely. That's where I'm spending most of my money. Clothes I have on is coming from him or other local businesses that I'm supporting. Shout out
black
to
owned
Lots of Honey on Instagram at LOCS of Honey.
Okay.
She hook up the dreads. You know what I'm saying? You got lots. She hook you
up.
Definitely hook the brother up.
Yes, sir.
Man, crazy. I'm telling you, talented, crazy. Definitely.
You got any shout outs for us today, too?
I actually don't got a shout out today. Normally I do, but today I actually don't. You want to...
Shout out to T. I'm just going to shout out. You know shout out yourself.
Shout out to T today.
Shout out yourself.
Since you don't got no shout out.
Matter of fact, shout out my job. I'm not going to say your name, but shout out to you, and thank you for continuing to have me there as an essential.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Shout out to the essentials, man. I should shout out my job too. Thanks for not terminating me, you know what I'm saying, for my latest grievances at the job or whatnot. You know what I mean? But
one more shout out to third of the Puff Puff cast, Loco Loso. He got his podcast, his hotboxing with Loco. Definitely check that out.
Tune that in. Yeah, I was on the first joint, so definitely check that out.
Yeah, that was cool.
Reasons. So I think we're gonna go ahead and get back the.
What you got for us today?
How y'all feel about abortions?
That was ain't no precursor, no bow.
Right.
One time.
Okay. That's okay.
I feel like I have to collect thoughts right now.
Yeah, I mean,
you mind me going?
Yeah. If you right now ready, because I gotta collect some.
Yeah. Okay. So this is a really good deep thought because I'll be honest, I felt one way and I felt another way.
Oh man,
interesting.
So I used to be against them. I just felt like no matter the situation that the universe put you in, you should take that with a grain of salt and deal with that child because you never know who that child's going to be in this society. And to take a life I thought was a little selfish. Although you might feel like the person that raped me or whatever was selfish. I don't know. I just feel like sometimes there's blessings out of the craziest situations. And that's why I was kind of against it. But now I just feel like it's your body. You should be able to do what you want to do. And I've never been raped before. Thank God. Mm-hmm. And I couldn't imagine being a woman or sex trafficked and then becoming pregnant or being in a crazy situation. So I'm not going to judge anybody that wants to do that. It's your body and you should be able to do what you want. And if you live with
collect your thoughts,
yeah. it was just more so wording, but pro-choice. I feel like you know what I mean. Like I said, who are you to govern anything to tell that female that she has to do the ixnay with her body? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean. Whereas though, you're not putting laws on virginities. You're not putting laws on having sex for the first time. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You're not putting laws on fellatio.
Right.
Why are we putting laws on this part of it? Mm-hmm. Because I feel like it's another way for them to somehow control the population growth in a way. Yeah. On a on a larger but small scale.
Yeah.
But also, like I said, like to T's point, if that female was not consensual and was raped and that, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. She might feel impure, and she might feel that baby is impure.
Yeah, man.
But also also the thought of knowing that that's no daddy. Mm-hmm. You don't want that.
Right. And if you do know the dude that raped you or whatever, he locked up, and
knowing that you're carrying that person's seed and that person's still out there, or whatever, you don't look at that kid and be.
Has to be.
You know what I mean?
And then you might neglect the kid, and it's not their fault.
Yeah, because there's so much that you're going through too mentally. Like you're not even capable of raising that child at that point.
Or vice versa, where it's like, this happened to me. This is terrible. Let me raise this child up. Let me make sure this never happens to this child or this and the third. So that's where it's like, let that person have the option to choose what they want to do. Because that person might feel that way and that person might feel the other way. You know what I mean? That's just how I feel.
I just kind of think of adoption too, though. Like, is it selfish to have you carry a baby full term and then adopt it? You never have to see it again? You didn't kill it.
Yeah, because that's an alternative to abortion. If you do, decide not to... Well, however they want to, abort. I would just say abort, your kid and you carry it around and give birth to it and adoption. How y'all feel about that? Because there's a lot of parents that do want to adopt. You know what I mean?
So, that's why it's kind of like, but it's like you're not that person. You don't know how I feel. What if it was my dad that raped me and got me pregnant? That happens out here, people. That's not in movies. That's shit is happening. So it's like, have a mentally ill child, it's a lot. So it's like you can never put yourself in a person's shoes like that.
I think that should know.
And a man, for one, could never do that. And let alone a person who's never been raped by somebody and became pregnant.
Right.
Adoption, I think, is the alternative, or is an alternative for someone who doesn't want to abort, but also doesn't want to raise that child.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But then you're going to have the shame because, like, everybody's seeing you pregnant, you've been going to work.
Yes and no, I mean...
Boom, no, listen. And then, you feel me, you give birth and everybody's asking, like, where's your child? Like, most people don't want to, say, I gave it up for adoption. You know what I mean? I'm just saying different scenarios of psychological things that you go through, like, whether you're on either side of pro-abortion or anti-abortion. You know what I mean? Like, before you judge anybody, think about both sides of the situation. Like, think about what that girl was really going through. You know what I mean?
I just feel like it's not your body. How dare you tell that person what to do?
How about this? What about a female that wants to get an abortion, but the man wants to keep the baby? How do y'all feel about that?
That's a good one.
That's a good one. And I'm going to say this one, fellas. Got to take it for what it is.
It's her body.
At the end of the day,
once again, though,
yes, but wait, I'm not done. I understand. I'm not done. At the end of the day, yes, it's her body. If she feels like she not ready to put herself through that, her body through that, whatever is ready to happen, and she doesn't want that, understandable. But yes, I think a conversation should be held, constructive. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Prior to just, I'm not keeping it.
Everybody say that.
Got no choice. Type of, you know what I mean? Where it's like, just have a conversation. Weigh out pros and cons. See what it is, and you know what I mean. At the end of the day, he might still want to keep it, and you might still. But at least y'all had the conversation.
She want the baby, yo, and she don't. She's gonna get the abortion.
That's what I'm asking. It's her body.
Like, okay, so that's your. It's just really messed up, yo. Now you talking about? I'm just talking about all mentally. Like men, you talking about why men so desensitized, right? Mm-hmm. So it's like I'm a man. You feel what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You tell me you pregnant. I'm happy as I don't know what. And you telling me you want to get rid of it. You feel what I'm saying? Like. This is my life too. I know it's your body, but this is my life too. Like, me and you came together.
But do you have a game plan on how we're going to take care of this kid? Because I think a lot of
you don't have to take care of the kid. You want to abort the kid, so I'll take care of my child. That's
but I have
saying.
To carry it, and maybe that is the problem for her. Like going through that 9 months. Maybe she's in school. Maybe the time is just not right for her. Yeah. So it's like. That's a big thing,
too. Yeah, because a man should have thought about that, too. Like, where she's at in life and all that stuff.
And protecting yourself.
Yeah. It's her body, but it's like, for me, have that conversation. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So I guess it all boils down to communication there. Huh?
It does, yeah.
Have that conversation.
Yeah, you can prevent abortions by having a conversation.
Exactly.
Like communicating to adults before you have sex. Don't just,
before you think of straight abortion.
Be educated.
Think of adoption.
Yeah, other alternatives. You know what I mean? Or even think about ways, birth control. I don't even like birth control, depots, anything like that. But if you gotta go that route, even do that to prevent even going through the whole process of abortion.
Yeah,
there's definitely ways. You have choices. You know what I'm saying? And I definitely think people should continue to have the choice.
I believe that as well. It is a choice, but it need to be somehow controlled, contained, or something, because I do think it got out of hand.
Obviously, it's
like a convenience store. It got out of hand because it's like a convenience store, right? Absolutely. Now, if you get pregnant, you know for a fact I can just go get an abortion.
No, you don't even have to do that anymore. Plan B, hello, they make Plan B pills. Like that's not even. That's like. That's awesome. Like next day, like I think I could be pregnant, or he think you could be pregnant. It's gonna take you to get the. Like they're getting it's crazy. Right. Sorry. We're gonna go ahead and get to my favorite segment, which is Pick Your Poison. Alright guys, I got a nice little one for y'all today.
Hit me with it. Come on.
Let's go.
Would you rather run 50 feet as fast as you can across glass with no shoes on?
50 feet?
Yeah, I'm taking it there today. Or lay in a hole covered in like water bugs and sprickles. Y'all know what sprickles is? Uh-huh. Spider crickets. They hop. They're so their defense mechanism is they jump at you. Mm-hmm. Would y'all rather lay in a hole with those
How deep
covered?
Is a hole?
Right.
We talking like
up to your neck, like the beach up to your neck type.
Yes,
in a tank
you took
type
the words
joint,
right out of my mouth. Yes, like the beach, like one of them situations.
Oh man!
And they all over you, and there's like your neck, everything covered.
You said run really fast.
Run really fast.
What's really fast? What we talking?
We talking as fast as you can across the ice.
As fast as I can.
Yeah,
against some broken
glass with no.
Or
shoes. What you gonna do?
Nah, I'm good.
How long you gotta lay in a little hole with the bugs and stuff?
30 minutes.
30 minutes?
I'm laying in the hole.
You said 50 feet?
I'm laying in the hole.
Y'all play football, right?
I'm laying in the hole.
Feet.
I'm laying in the hole. Because the pain I'm ready to suffer, you know what I'm saying? That joint might hit some tendons. It might rip some. Nah, I'm good.
What else in that hole?
I'm good. Because guess what? You know what? I lied. I changed my mind.
Yeah,
I'm going to run in the glass.
Yeah.
Wait for it. I'm gonna run the glass because I ain't gonna make it that far. 1, 2, 3, and I'm out. I'm good.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I'm not gonna finish. There's no way I'm gonna finish.
Yeah, man.
Because the pain gonna do too much.
Alright, so how many feet you think you can do if you did have to pick the glass? How many feet?
I don't know, but I'm getting off it faster than I'm gonna stay in that hole with them
like
things.
3 or 4 steps.
You see what I'm saying? That's
Okay,
my logic.
So 5 feet.
No, that's
5 feet of glass.
That's my logic, though. You're not gonna make it that far.
Yeah.
That's the point. So I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna take
light on
1,
my
2,
What if you
3.
run on your tippy
I'm light
toes?
on
What
my
if you run
feet,
on your
though.
heels?
What?
That's worse.
You gotta think about like you go on your tippy toes,
Right, that's
you
in
crunch
between
down,
your
and
toes.
then that immediately hurts, so you bite down on the back. So now your whole foot.
I'm good. I'm good.
And then when you're trying to escape it,
Bro,
it's just more glass.
I'm good.
everywhere. It's like nah.
You mess around, fall on the side on
I'm cool
I'm
with the
good.
bugs.
I'm
What
gonna
else
take
in that
1,
whole-
2,
Alright, what if
3,
you had
4.
socks on?
Bro,
What you do with
See,
socks?
What
At
about
the end
double
of the
socks?
day-
Double socks.
Double
see,
socks.
I'm taking the glass because
Give
I'm
me
not
some
making
socks.
it. You understand? 30
Yeah.
minutes? No.
Yeah.
I'm taking 6
Dog,
steps, 7
y'all
steps,
got me
8
over
steps,
here
9.
crying.
Yeah, because I
No.
can't. I'm not.
I just thought of it. I was too. Like you said, I was way too quick. I'm like, wait, I'm sitting in the hole. Wait a minute. Nah,
No,
nah,
I'm talking about
I
them
ain't doing
jokes
that.
is covering
Yeah,
you.
no,
Yeah,
bro.
I
Like
ain't doing
crawling or
Yeah.
in the
They
sprinkler
all
is
around
flying.
you. No,
I
they
try to
around.
think logically, T, and logically, my mind tells me running on glass, I won't make it all of that way, so I'm gonna get out of there faster. I'm gonna suffer pain, but not as much
I know,
trauma
right.
and mental damage.
Before
from,
and after though.
you know what I mean?
feel
Before
like
when you're
stuff-
looking at it and after
And then when you
after
get
just
up-
thinking about it all
I'ma
day,
take
like what
the
you just
one-
went
How
through.
long you think you would think about
We gonna
something
ice
for
these
you?
joints, you feel what I'm saying? We gonna make
That's
sure
what you gotta think about.
we patch them up.
You
real
start
good.
running, right? You in the glass, whatever. You start running. 1, 2. How long do you think you think you gonna keep going? Hell no, you jumping off that joint.
Yeah,
Or
you
gonna fall
adios,
off to
amigos.
something. Get me out of here. You gonna stop? Get me out of here right now.
That's funny.
You feel me? Like,
Alright guys, we about to get into what I like to call GTT time, and that's Girl Talk with Girl T. Alright, so I kind of just wanted to talk about some real stuff that I feel like a lot of people don't talk about, and that's support.
Okay.
Support, like for
Yeah.
real, support. So like
It's
I
interesting.
have a list of what I consider
This is very relevant.
non-supportive people. I'm gonna tell y'all what I consider non-supportive people. Y'all can tell me how y'all feel about it. If
Can
y'all
I just
agree.
raise my hand when I agree? I'm just
Yeah.
going.
Do that.
Oh,
So
come
I
on.
like to put them.
Nice.
I say it's 3 types in my book. All right. Number 1 is they want the support, but they don't want to give the support. Y'all know anybody like that?
Yeah.
I want you to support
Raise
my
my hand
business.
with
They're
that.
gonna post their business. They're gonna talk about how you don't support them, but they
One
ain't
for one.
supporting you. Like
Yeah.
you
One
still have
for
to
one.
support. You want that support, but you're not giving that shit out. Like so,
Mhm.
how do you expect anybody to support you?
I think people get big headed really quick too because they'll put something out and they'll do really well.
Are we on the
they
same
start,
wavelength today?
Yeah, and then they just start
Jesus.
thinking that, you know,
Yeah.
I'm going through stuff, and Lord,
We gotta talk about it, man.
you know,
It's this is
Yeah.
great.
Like that's how I
Great.
feel. It's like so you want support, but you don't want to support people.
Mhm.
Or like you said, they'll put something out. Say they put it out for like 2 days.
And they
Nobody
want you
supported
to push
me.
it, or they
and-
want you to push it so
Yeah.
much, and then when you ready, tell them, "Yo, put this out." They don't want.
Yeah, nobody wants you. Like, no,
Absolutely.
oh, can you share this? But they don't want to
1000%.
share your stuff. Like, whatever. So that's number 1.
One for one. I know one.
Number 2, they support others doing the same thing that their family or friends is doing.
oh yeah,
But don't support their family and friends doing that same business.
oh yeah.
What is that about?
There gotta
Like,
be a fit-in mentality. It gotta be like, my family always gonna be here. My family's my family, but I need this group of friends over here. Like, that's the only thing I can think about. That's the only thing I can think about.
yeah, or like I have a family member that supports other people, posts their stuff, but don't post my stuff. Like, what's up?
Right.
Why you not sharing my
Why?
I
stuff?
guess because you always gonna be the family member, no matter
Yeah,
what. 13
it's like-
years from now, whether you're doing what you're doing now or not, you know what I mean?
But then if you blow up,
See,
no,
but-
not if you blow up.
yeah.
When I blow up,
Yeah,
you're gonna
yeah.
want money, man.
Yeah.
Getting back to the
Big.
topic of where it's like
It
support,
did.
though, it's like you can't want for me to support you in any endeavor if you can't even support me in.
Exactly.
Do it.
Right.
Right.
Like
And
yeah.
And it's consistent
just like-
support too. You can't just like hit a like button one time and be like, yeah, da, da, da.
Yeah, I
And
think
What's
that's
the matter?
support.
time goes on.
What's the
and
matter
then,
with you? If you
know,
can't love yourself, how the hell you gonna love somebody else?
yeah.
Exactly.
Support through the struggle times. Like, people do a lot of popularity contest things too, like,
Yeah.
right? So if you have a lot of likes or whatever on certain things, people are gonna typically click the like button to add to that.
Or if you got
but if you have if you have a little bit, I guess they don't want to be the little bit. They'll even double back after it gets to a lot of likes, and then they'll like it. You know what I mean? Like a lot of things are
bandwagon. They want to be a part of something. No one wants to stand out. Everyone wants to fit in. Like, it's a matter of wanting or needing the approval of this group of people, or whatever the case may be, or oh man, I need him or her to see that I'm posting and following their shit, like
like overdoing it. Like be genuine too. Like support people and be genuine about it. Don't do it because you want them to support you back. Be genuine.
That's faking away.
Yeah, it's fake. And then the last one, which is my favorite, I love these type of people. The ones that stop supporting you when you are no longer rocking with them in something that y'all were doing together. It's like they don't believe in the creator giving you another path to move on with your life. It's like you got to be stuck doing what y'all started with. Like, what if I met you to get here, to get there? So now you about to stop my growth because you think I'm supposed to be where you want me to be.
Exactly.
No, like, that's just how life is. Like, people are
Don't put your expectations on other people.
Exactly. Like, no. That one really, like, that one, that should have been number one for me.
And the crazy part is, those would be the type of people that you really want to thank, because it's like, you really helped me get where I'm at now. Like, if it wasn't for what we went through, I wouldn't be here I am. And you should understand that I am moving on now. So you're on your path, and I'm happy for you, and I can support you, and understand that when we was together, I 100% supported you. You know what I mean?
I'm reading my mind today.
Always remember that I 100% supported you when we was rocking together. So now that I'm doing my own thing, where did the
support go? So basically, it just shows me that it was fake.
Yeah, it was fake.
You only needed me for the situation that we were doing, and then now that I'm moving on with my life, you don't even care. And you know what? That's cool, because the funny thing about the universe is that wherever you're really meant to be, you're going to be there.
Most definitely.
And it doesn't matter what anybody says, and can't nobody take your journey from you, because it's your journey.
Yeah, we're going to continue to support everybody. Like, if you put out anything, like, I hit people in the DM all the time. I don't even know them. I just see a business that they're doing. You know what I mean? I just hit them, like, respect. # respect.
Yeah.
You know? Just because, like, that matters. If I wake up to a DM and a random person just give me
a comment,
man, I'm waking up, I'm on 1,000, man. Yeah. We're here to really uplift each other.
Like, you somehow made a difference in that person's life.
Yeah, right. And you need to communicate, because sometimes, right, you might miss the post or you might miss an event, right? And so now that person would just straight cut you off because they felt like they supported you, right? But then when they had their event, you didn't support them. But it could have been miscommunication, bad timing, bad
anything could happen.
So communication, don't just shut people down when you, don't just say people not supporting you. Have the conversation too.
With them,
you know what I mean? Like, have the conversation and be like, dang, you missed my XYZ. Like, see where their energy is, XYZ. You know, because we do make illogical decisions, like, based off our emotions.
Yeah, people make assumptions or whatever. Yeah. That's true.
Especially when you're a good-hearted person, so you know your intentions are good.
Right.
So, you know.
Yeah. Right. And then you're perceived as the bad guy or whatever the case may be. But wholeheartedly, you just want things to be okay. Where it's like, it could be okay if we had this conversation. Like you said,
right.
Why are you so mad?
Exactly.
Let's just talk.
Yeah, communication.
You're a grown individual. I'm gonna go approach me like one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Don't harbor feelings.
Communicate.
Let me know what those feelings are.
Don't you hate when people don't communicate?
Because
like,
you know
people
what?
can't read minds.
Some people feel like it's weak to show feelings. Some people feel like emotions are weak.
Yeah, but if you feel like that towards somebody that's extremely close to you, that's when it makes it even more like.
But that's them in their.
That's a lot of pride.
If that's them in their whole, that's the ego.
That's what I'm saying. I'm just saying. I agree with you. I'm just saying that's a whole other level of pride.
I've seen it.
When I walk outside of this house and it's people that I don't know, whether it's people I work with, if I'm in a grocery store, of course I'm gonna have a certain level of pride. Like, you ain't gonna see no weakness, bro. Like XYZ, right?
Bro,
but when I come into the house and you with your loved ones and your family, and they express to you certain things, that pride breaks down, because it's like, you know, exactly. So
if that's somebody you consider family, somebody you love, somebody
you gotta break that pride down.
Yeah. So I've seen it though, but I'm saying, like, when you have people like that, it's hard to have that conversation,
right?
Because they're only seeing what they see. They're only seeing what they saw.
Yeah.
They're only seeing you didn't show up to the event.
Miscommunication.
Right.
Yeah.
When all you have to do is, bro, what happened?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, how come you didn't show up?
Happen,
you good?
And then take it from
there. They won't even check on you good.
Right, because you could be going through something. Yes, you could be going through something.
That's really true.
Anything could have happened to you.
Yeah.
no one checking for you. Just worried if you ain't come to my joint.
Yeah. Nah. You know what the problem is? Social media. People think like whatever you're posting is what's going on in your current life. Like no, people are going through shit between that.
Yeah. Just
between the posts, there are things. Yeah. Or even if you're not posting, like people have lives, and it's just crazy.
Crazy.
There's people out there. Sad.
Yeah.
Y'all read my mind, boy. Jeez. That is like so. You have no idea the relevance of that conversation.
It was much needed. I've been meaning to talk about this.
It's so crazy. I appreciate y'all, man. Definitely.
Most definitely.
Oh my gosh. That just put a light in my day. I swear. I ain't had to say nothing much. You see me? I just let y'all talk for me because y'all just literally spoke my mind.
Reasons.
Spoke my mind. I love it. Appreciate y'all.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for tuning in to another amazing episode. We want to thank our guest Jay Rebel for stopping through. Shout out to Canada and the Jamaicans. Bullet.
Appreciate y'all.
Yes. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on the bell notification. All you people that are still sitting there like, should I post that comment? Post it. We ready.
Drop all comments below.
Reasons. Until the next time.
Peace.